Hey guys, it's Fadra from All Things Fadra, and it's been a while since I've done a movie review. Not because I haven't watched any movies, but just because it's been a really weird year. Normally I get to go see movie previews in the theater, and as you know, most theaters have not been open for a while. So I have been watching a few screeners here and there, which is great. You can do that digitally from the comfort of your own home. But I don't often really feel like I have enough to come on and talk about it. But I do this time because I took a chance on a film that is outside of my normal genre. I don't watch a lot of foreign films. I'm not opposed to them, but hey, we got a lot of American movies. So I took a chance on a film called RK-RKAY. It's an Indian film. And I was hesitant to review this because the only time I've dabbled into Indian cinema is when I did, at the request of one of my viewers, a trailer reaction to a movie called War. And I got blasted for that. Totally blasted. Some of it was probably, deserved. I don't know. I will admit, I am not up on my Indian cinema. I don't know, in my mind, I have like song and dance movies, Bollywood, but there's a lot more depth to it. And I'm trying to explore that a little bit. So this is a film called RK-RKAY, and it's an independent film written, directed, and starring Rajat Kapoor. Forgive me if I butcher anybody's names. I apologize. Rajat Kapoor, who plays a writer, director, and actor in a film. It's like a movie within a movie. And as I was writing up my review, I do have the full written review linked down below, but as I was writing this up, I'm like, surely there has been another film like this, where it's a movie within a movie, and one of the characters suddenly goes missing from the movie. And I had to really dust off my brain to think about a movie, a Woody Allen movie from 1985 called The Purple Rose of Cairo. Some of you may have seen it with Jeff Daniels and Mia Farrow. And it's been probably since 1985 that I saw it, but it was about, I feel like Jeff Daniels is in the movie and he falls in love with Mia Farrow, and I don't know, one of them ends up in the movie. I don't really remember the movie, but there's like this blurred line between reality and cinema. And this movie follows something very, very similar, but they do it in a comedic way, not like a laugh out loud comedy, but more like a black comedy. So in the film, Rajat Kapoor, known as RK in real life, I guess, and in the movie, writes a film where he is the lead actor named Mehboob. I'm going to say that wrong too. Mehboob. And it's sort of like a love story with a woman named Gulabo. And it's meant to be sort of a period piece, like a throwback to 50s and 60s, sort of like love story, gangster type movies. And Mehboob is the hero of the film, but he dies at the end. This is not a spoiler. You find this out pretty early on. And so what happens is Mehboob, somehow the character leaves the film and decides that's not the ending that he wants. So he ends up stepping off the screen into real life, but Mehboob is played by RK. So what do you do when there are two of them? And RK created Mehboob. And so it just becomes this complication of reality versus cinema, and who prefers what world and how do they get back there? So it's really sort of I don't want to call it a comedy. They call it a black comedy. It's very like kind of lighthearted and entertaining. And if you are not someone that normally watches Indian films, you may be like, I don't know, but isn't there singing and dancing? No, there is not. There is no singing and dancing in this film. And if you're worried about the language barrier, I was really surprised that the film is actually done in Hindi and English. So they seem to sort of like mix the words back and forth. So and it's got English subtitles. So you're watching it and you're listening, and then you're like, wait a minute, he just said that in English. And sometimes it matches the subtitle and sometimes it doesn't. Overall, I didn't really feel like there was much of a language barrier there. because between the English and the Hindi and the subtitles, I didn't really feel like I was reading the whole movie. So it was a very entertaining film. I was really excited to have a chance to screen it. It is opening throughout US and Canada in May, over 100 plus theaters. And if you buy a ticket to this film, Outsider Pictures, the distributor of the film, will donate funds to COVID relief in India. So for that reason alone, you may want to consider looking at a ticket to go and see it either in person or via virtual cinema. So really fun film. If you want to read more about what I thought and about the stars of the film, be sure to check out my review link below. And if you're interested in my take on all kinds of movies and all kinds of other things, be sure to like and subscribe and come back for more. Thanks, guys.